up, guys? Got another one. Actually, got all kinds of them I got to do videos on, but got another one to go over, and they might get a little out of order. Because one of them that I built early, I don't have it fully finished. It's finished, but it's not finished. So here is a Troika Sub dial. These Troika Subs, actually the Troika line that are this mirror silver on silver, were produced, my understanding is, in the early 2000s. And it was a joint venture between Russia and China. And Russia did the dial, the movement, the hands that came on them. But China did the case, the SS band, the caseback. And apparently they were not waterproof. And the metal was kind of like pot metal. This is my understanding. I was not into watches back then, nor did I buy them. But from what I've read, they were a big flop because for the same price, you could actually buy an Amphibia that was 200-meter waterproof for the same price. So these were a big flop. Most people didn't buy them. Most of them weren't sold. I find them every once in a while for super expensive money online on eBay and such. Completed watches, right? But you know, the watch might look cool, but it's not waterproof. The bezel doesn't move. It's like locked in. It's like a one piece. The caseback actually looks really nice, but not waterproof. So I was able to pick up some of these dials among a few other dials, like one or two of. And I have a set for myself, and I've shown it in another video, but I have a few subs left, and dude wanted to have a sub. So here is Scotty's sub, and we went with the Baikal bezel. And to go with that Baikal, we looked at hands for a while. And we ended up going with a light blue that goes with this outer edge. It's kind of the anode blue out there. And one of the hand-painted orange ones that I did, that goes with that orange right there. So, hand-painted orange by us, not hand-painted, these blue ones. But that's what we went with. We went with a... Will that even focus on that? It will. With a chemical stripped anchor engraved crown. He wanted beads of rice, which is more of a Seiko thing, and they're a little expensive, but just so you guys know, beads of rice taper from 22 to 20. They don't tell you that kind of thing. So if you ever want to just swap in one of your own clasps that you already have done, and you grab a 22, it's not going to fit. You either have to send off the one you get, or happen to have an extra 20 on hand to send away. So didn't have a 20 on hand that had that, so it took a minute to get his done. But beads of rice, sub engraved on there, exhibition case back, stainless steel movement holder, steel rotor, and the larger window exhibition case back. So that's his build. This is in a nice matte finished 090 case. It's actually the largest of the cases. It's not very much like wider. Not very much taller, but of the cases, this is the largest. So we're talking like maybe a 0.5 millimeter wider, my understanding. I think this is right at 42 or 41 and a half. I mean, you can consider the 110 the largest because it's got these flares that come out, crown protector, but it's really not. I don't know. I don't really count that. Just because something over here shoots way out. I mean, I guess you can still measure it, but it will go into your wrist, but I believe this is 48 millimeters tall, so it's slightly bigger. We're not talking that much larger, but that's his build. To go over it, those like bezels will turn left, they will turn right, they do not click. So in this Baikal insert, my understanding of this has to do with measuring the rate at which you can come back up for like decompression, so you don't get like the bends. Though I cannot specifically tell you what equals to what and what you turn it to. So, but very cool looking insert. I wish I could actually tell you what and how it does, but I can't. So those stocks are wind, or they're wear, so you can wind it up before you put it on, especially if you're not going to be very active, You can wear it to keep the time, or you can put it in a winder to keep the time. So it has a 31-hour power reserve. So if you want to make sure it's ready to go when you wake up, you just pre-wind it at night. If you're not going to be very active, you're a desk guy or whatever, just give it some winds before you put it on. And how you do that is you unscrew the crown. As it comes off the threads, you'll hear it and you'll feel it clicking. Okay? At that point, you can wind. Wind is this direction. Backwards doesn't do anything, but it's a lot easier to wind her like this. So if you go back and forth like this for about 4 seconds before you put it on, you're going to have enough wind in it to last throughout your day while you're wearing it. If you do it for something closer to 20 seconds like what I did, you'll max out your 31-hour power reserve to make sure when you wake up the next day that the time is proper. And yes, I did wake up about this time, but I did build 7 last night, and I went to bed at like 6. So, yeah, it is 2:20. So, let's go over how to set the time on this. Very simple. You just pull it out one time. Now you can set your time. Okay? But you've got a date window. How do you quick date set? You don't. There is no quick date set. So what you'll do, and I hope when I set the time, I needed to pull. So as you're setting it, kind of pull back. If you fall back into kind of like that front area, you won't be winding it, but we won't be setting it. So just pull straight back as you're doing it. So I must have missed it because I was talking. So 31, what is today's date? Okay, Google, what's today's date?
It is Sunday, January 31st, 2021.
Oh, it is the 31st. All right, well, we just set the time. So I can go over this a little bit better so you can see it. Scotty, so that you know. Because I don't think the other watch you got for me had a date wheel. I'll just explain it, otherwise I'm going to advance it a day on you. Okay, so when that changed to 31, okay, so it would have been 14 hours ago. When that changed to 31 at 12. If you go back, as you're going back and you're passing 9 o'clock, you'll see the date wheel kind of going up. And as you get to about 8:30, it'll drop back down and center itself back up. At that point, you're fine, but I always just go back to 8 o'clock. Then if you advance it to 12, it will advance it a day. So you're resetting it as if it's, you would reset this and go, yep, back on the 31st, first. Back in the first will go up and drop back down at 8 o'clock, forward, 2 o'clock. So we won't do that to you right here, otherwise, if you want to advance it 30 days, it's going to be a pain. Okay, Google, what time is it?
It's 2:23 p.m.
2:23 p.m. Now this is a wobble crown, so you got a little bit of flex in it. He knows that. That's deflecting lateral pressure on the movement. Also makes it nice and easy to seat. So that is your build, sir. Hope you like it. As always, they come with color matching beads. I didn't throw any orange in there just because it was a little accent color. So color matching beads there. This one will have one of my special edition matching dial Troika box lids. Every build comes with watch cleaner. This is good on all glass and metal parts. So this whole watch, non-streaky, non-toxic, non-residue. Just since I have them, since I built them early, here are his build and warranty cards. These, if you order a watch from me, 9 times out of 10 I can include them with the watch, but sometimes during COVID you can't get your metal cards in whenever you're running low on them. So some of these people aren't getting them in time, but I send them out a little bit later. So metal warranty card with your name on them, build and warranty card. So this is your warranty on it. I cover basically the movement, everything in here. If you scratch it up, that's on you. But if you need me to replace something, there's a service fee, and I will do that for you. I don't need to make money on it, but I will fix it for you. This is an acrylic glass, and you can scratch it. And if you do, you just need to use a little bit of fine scratch remover, which is Novus 2 from Amazon. It's essentially poly watch. Just put a little bit on there and buff against it and fill it. Just remember, the more you put on there, you have a tiny scratch. How much is going to go in that hole, and how much is going to get soaked into your microfiber that you're trying to use to help. So put a little bit on there, buff it out, buff against it, fill it, then polish it. It will take you about 15 seconds. If you generate some heat with your thumb, you can really get it set in there and locked in way faster. So that's the process. That is the Troika submarine build. I only have 4 or 5 of those dials left, and I've been on an active hunt for those dials for over a year. So if you want one, reach out and get one before they are gone. I probably won't sell I'll keep one for myself, but I might keep one back for something special where I wouldn't sell it. So maybe 3 left, but if you like that, it is basically a silver with a mirror silver on top of it. So that's it. Appreciate you guys watching. If you want me to build you something custom and awesome, reach out. And if you want to continue to see builds in real time, like and subscribe as I put them up all the time. Thanks.